All right, so today we're diving into something pretty interesting. The career of David Catalá Jimenez.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a Spanish guy, ex-footballer,
Oh.
and now he's trying his hand at management.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, he's been bouncing between clubs kind of rapidly,
Yeah.
and it's got us wondering, like, what's the story here?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? We're trying to figure out what his journey tells us about the larger world of football management.
Exactly, and we've got this timeline of his coaching changes, so
Yeah.
we can really see the movement.
Perfect.
So starting back in May 2021,
Okay.
he takes on the manager role at his last playing club, replacing a guy named Sophronis of Gusti.
Yeah.
And they gave him a 2-year deal, which seems like a pretty decent vote of confidence, right?
Yeah. I mean, a 2-year contract usually says, we believe in you. You know, they're willing to commit.
Right, exactly. But hold on, because it didn't exactly pan out that way. He's out by March 2022.
Wow. Less than a year.
Yeah. So much for that initial commitment, huh? Something must have gone down there.
Definitely makes you think about the kind of pressure managers are under to perform right from the get-go.
Absolutely. And here's where it gets even wilder.
Yeah.
Just a few months later, August 2022, he's managing Apollon Limassol.
Okay.
And guess what? Same league, Cypriot First Division. So he's back in the same environment, but this time it's a 1-year deal.
Interesting. So even shorter commitment this time around.
And even shorter stay, he's gone by November 2022. So 2 quick dismissals in the same league. Gotta wonder if that raised eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, 2 short stints like that in the same place, it could definitely impact a manager's reputation or the kind of offers they get next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely makes you think. And maybe it's a reflection of how interconnected the football world is, because his next move takes him to a completely different scene. Croatia, August 2023.
New league, new challenges.
Exactly. NK Istra, 1961 in the Croatian Football League. They give him another 1-year deal with an option for a 2nd year.
Okay, so there's still some belief there, but with a bit more caution maybe.
Yeah, and he's stepping into a tough situation. They're struggling 1 point from 3 games, so he's brought in to turn things around fast.
Big shoes to fill high expectations.
He manages to get them 5 wins out of 19 matches before being let go the following February.
5 wins out of 19. That's a tricky one to judge. Is it enough improvement? Is it not really? It depends on the bigger picture, I guess.
Exactly. And that brings us to June 2024. He's back in Spain with CE Sabadell FC in the Segunda Federación. That's the 3rd tier of Spanish football. So a bit of a step down from where he was before.
Interesting. A move down the ladder?
Another 1-year contract, and this is where it gets really, really interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
He's sacked in January 2025 after 7 league games without a win. But get this, the team was in 6th place.
Hold on, 6th place. That's not usually a disaster zone, right? Most leagues, that's a pretty decent position.
Exactly, and that's what's so crazy about this whole thing. He's getting fired despite being in a relatively safe spot in the league.
That's wild. It makes you wonder what kind of pressure these clubs are under to make such a drastic decision when things aren't even that bad on paper.
Right. Is it internal expectations? Is it something we're not seeing? Who knows? But it definitely shows that league position isn't the only thing that matters.
It really highlights how complex football management is. You've got results, you've got style, you've got behind-the-scenes stuff we might never even know about.
Absolutely. So let's recap. In what, like 4 years, this guy's managed in multiple leagues, dealt with the pressure cooker of immediate results, and even got the boot when his team wasn't even doing that poorly.
Yeah, it's a whirlwind career path, for sure. And I think it raises some really big questions for all of us who follow the sport, you know?
For sure. Like, what does success even mean in this environment? Is it just about wins, or is there more to it?
Right. And how much patience do clubs really have? Are they willing to let a manager build something, or do they demand instant gratification?
Big questions to ponder. And, Catalá's story gives us a lot to think about.
Absolutely. I mean, it might seem like just one manager's journey, but it really opens up a whole discussion about the pressures and expectations at all levels of the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to all our listeners out there, next time you see a manager getting sacked, maybe take a second look at the situation, because there might be a lot more going on beneath the surface.
Exactly. Don't just look at the league table. Think about the bigger picture.
Food for thought indeed.